Let's do the maths. I eat around 3 meals a day. So in 1 year, that's about 1,095 meals. And with the average life expectancy being 81 years old in the UK, hi Grandad, that's a whopping 88,695 meals per person in our lifetime. And don't get me started on the fact that there are 7.9 billion people in the world and counting. Whoa. It is estimated that to keep up with feeding all those people, we're going to have to grow the same crops grown in the last 8,000 years in the next 40. Where on earth is this going to come from? Just like you and me, for plants to grow big and strong, they need a healthy, balanced diet. Their food is the nutrients which they get from the soil, which they take up through their roots. Nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, sulphur, magnesium and calcium. Here at Anglo American, we found a completely natural fertiliser right here in North Yorkshire that has lots of those nutrients that plants love in it. This super plant food is a natural mineral called polyhalite. The polyhalite in North Yorkshire was formed when an ancient landlocked sea called the Zechstein evaporated 250 million years ago, way before things like dinosaurs and cavemen even existed. So, why is it so special? Well, remember what I said earlier about the nutrients plants need to grow? Polyhalite is made up of 4 of these 6 nutrients. And because it's a natural mineral, we don't need to use any chemicals to turn it into a fertiliser. The only problem is, it's 1,600 metres below our feet. That's a whole mile. So how do we get to it? Well, putting it simply, we dig a big hole, 2 in fact. There is a small problem with this though. The best way of getting to the deposit is below here, the North York Moors National Park near Whitby. Because we are in a national park, we can't just turn up and dig. National parks are protected spaces, for good reason too. Beautiful landscape, lots of wildlife and tourists make these places really important to look after. So if we are going to build our mine site in a national park, we need to make sure we do it in a way that respects the landscape, the wildlife and our neighbours, and avoids making lots of noise, mess and disturbance. Most mines around the world have to build huge railways, pipelines, or use trucks to transport whatever they're mining. To avoid this, we decided to build a really long tunnel all the way to Teesside, where we will process and ship the polyhalite around the world. But we still need a way of getting the polyhalite up and out of the ground, and that means building mine shafts. Usually, that would mean having huge winding towers reaching high into the sky. But as we didn't want anyone to see our mine, we decided to hide them in huge underground chambers. We even designed the buildings on top to look like farmers' barn. Clever, eh? Our finished mine will simply blend into the landscape. You'll barely be able to see it. So, how are we building all of this? In short, we use big machines. Really big machines. This is Stella Rose, our tunnel boring machine. She's helping to build the longest tunnel in the country, all 23 miles of it, linking Whitby and Teesside. All so we can transport our polyhalite ore without disturbing the countryside. And this is Hilda, our mine shaft sinking machine. She's one of the 2 machines we're using to sink our mine shafts all the way down to the polyhalite. And once we're there, we use more big machines to extract it and haul it up to our tunnel before it's whisked off to our factory in Redcar. There, we turn it into granules so farmers can spread it on their fields. Then we load it onto ships for transporting all around the world. So why is Poly4 so special? Simply put, Poly4 helps the farmers grow the food they need in a way that is kind to the environment. Not only does polyphore contain 4 of the 6 nutrients that plants need, it's also totally organic and natural. We simply take it out of the ground, crush it, granulate it and spread it across a field. Meaning that in the future, not only will you be able to fill up on your 1,000+ meals per year, but so will your kids and their kids and their kids and their kids. And just like that, an ancient seabed keeps everyone fed from pit to plate.